Look how far we've come, all the things we've done. Did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view. But there's nothing new, girl, you make my heart beat.
And we are back.
We are back, Bumble Bitches.
Season 3, episode 5 of the To Be Better podcast.
It's a lot of episodes.
It is. We have so much work to do now that we've been back. We have to record a disclaimer. We have to get things figured out with the other 2 things that we're working on behind the scenes. Coaching gets ready to start. We start recording content for that on Friday, I hope. Lots of cool things happening right now.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are not watching live and not part of our Patreon community, today is the 29th of December. This episode will air in February. We are 1 month ahead of schedule.
Love that.
Me too, because that means when we go Costa Rica, when we go to Costa Rica in May, that 2 weeks that we're gone, we should have enough content backlog that we don't have to worry about shit. Mm-hmm. So, and we have new things working behind the scenes and new people in place and a whole lot of cool things happening right now. So,
Yeah.
Peaches was sick the entire time that we were in Vegas.
Oh, I was miserable.
You had one day.
Yeah.
One day.
Our photo shoot day.
Where you felt okay.
Yep.
And even when we did the second photo shoot day where we were just shooting for thumbnails, you were miserable.
Yep. Rolled my ankle right at the beginning of the photo shoot too, so I couldn't walk.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
a shit show.
I definitely learned a lesson.
Yeah? What was that lesson?
That I need to quarantine the children away from me when they're sick.
Yeah, I told you.
As
soon as little man got sick, I was like, here we go. Here the fuck we go.
Yep. And I want to be held and snuggled and loved up on when I'm sick. So I did that for the children, and I'm still paying the price for that.
Yeah.
Going to bed is so hard at night with the cough and the head congestion, and now I'm cramping on top of all of it.
You gotta start taking those immune mushrooms, babe, like consistently.
Yeah, I woke up. It was the day after you were like, yeah, I've been taking my mushrooms every day that we've been here, and I feel great. I'm like, all right, mushroom gods, now do for me what I've seen you do for others.
And you took them one time?
No, I took them 2 days in a row.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's an immunity thing.
Yeah. But I felt a difference the next day. I don't know if it was the mushrooms.
Yeah, just got to stay on it. Reishi, agarikon, and turkey tail.
Yeah, I was taking the lion's mane too.
Yeah. Yep. There was a correction from the chat. Today is actually the 30th.
Today's the 30th?
Yeah, you guys have to forgive us. We were gone for an entire week.
Yeah, I also thought Saturday was Sunday. I thought today was Tuesday. I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Holly said, my kids immediately get quarantined. I don't play with that. I don't either. And there's a whole lot of nastiness going on right now. So, all right. So today we're going to do emails, but I have a video. The main To Be Better podcast account on TikTok has been tagged in this video at least 50 times. And that's not an exaggeration. Like, I logged in the other day and hit the comments, and it was like 23 comments, and all of them were mentioned comments. 23 of them was for this video.
Okay.
And that was after I had already cleared the notifications 2 days in a row.
Wow.
So people really want to see our opinion on this. Now, this is somewhat of a reaction video. We're going to be playing it. It starts off by saying, my husband said if I post this, I'd go viral. It would go viral because he's right and I'm wrong. So before we do anything else, I want to preface 2 things. One, this chick has almost 1 million followers on TikTok. So she is a content creator. Mm-hmm. 2, this is probably done for entertainment purposes, but because they put it out on the internet as if it was real content, we are going to judge it as if it was real content. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me hit this little button. I don't want to do this. And I don't want to do this because it pissed me off. Like I was 30, 40 seconds in and I had to shut the video down. And then I was like, you know what? We're going to have to react to this. So let's just download it and do it on the podcast versus the TikTok.
Okay.
Here we go.
I don't get why you always have to bitch about the kitchen being a mess.
Because you're a stay-at-home mom by choice. That's why. I work 50 hours a week. I ask for one simple thing. Keep the kitchen clean. Keep the housework done. That's it. And take care of our kids.
Do I need to bow down to you?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just simply pick up.
Okay, so why did we go there? Why was that the very first thing that was stated? Do I need to bow down to you? You're a stay-at-home. I work 50 to 60 hours a week. The only thing that I ask you to do is keep the house clean, and the kitchen is a complete disaster. And when he calls her on it, she says, do I need to bow down to you? Not, hey, I've been stressed out this week. Not, the kids have been a lot.
I'm overwhelmed.
Right. A whole lot of things that could be stated or like talked about in that moment. And she went right to, do I need to bow down to you? I view that as an ultimate form of manipulation. And if this is the way their conversations go, she manipulates the fuck out of him. Anything?
I want to watch the whole TikTok.
You don't just play it all the way through and go back and break it down?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just play it and let it run.
Up throughout the day. I work 50 hours a week,
So
60
you're
hours a
saying
week.
I'm messy.
Correct. Saying you're a slob.
Really? A slob?
A mess.
Do
Whatever
you
wanna
think I
call it.
look ugly?
I didn't say you dress like a slob. I said you don't pick up after yourself. Very simple.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's look in the fridge. Oh, that's right. No milk. I thought the one thing that I asked for you to do was to get milk.
You mean milk right here?
Oh. Well, I didn't see it.
Look.
But there's other things.
Name it.
Your clothes are in heaps all over the house. And all I
Can I
ask,
go get my clothes hamper and show you my clothes hamper? Because I'll gladly show you.
I pick up your underwear, your socks. Everywhere is everywhere.
Should I show them your bathroom?
Okay. Should I show them all the hair that's in the drain from your beard? No, it's not my hair. You got a beard.
It's your head.
Okay.
Okay, I'm taking a nap. Leave me alone.
Well, you're bugging me.
Okay. Good deal.
Really? So what am I supposed to do now? Clean the kitchen?
No, your choice.
My choice?
Yep.
But then you're just gonna bitch. I don't want to hear you bitch.
I'm not bitching. I'm just asking. That's all I'm doing. I'm simply saying, can you please pick up while I work 50 hours a week, come home and cook dinner?
Okay. Oh my God, you were recording that the whole freaking time. Why didn't you tell me you were recording it? Did you
All right.
I'd rather be single.
Okay, so let's do this again from the bow down thing. Because you said you wanted to play the whole thing out and then break it down. Why would you rather be single?
Because that's not even a conversation. Looks like it's like a mental tic-tac-toe of, well, you have more transgressions than I do.
Scorekeeping.
I'm not. I could work 50, 60 hours a week, come home, cook my own dinner. I'm doing it anyway.
Right.
And I can do it in peace and quiet.
Yep. This is the protecting your peace thing.
Yeah.
This is finding a teammate that's willing to work with you and suffer with you so that you guys can have the things that you want to have. Everything about this video, all of the behavior that she has is manipulative,
Yeah.
like deflecting victim behavior.
Yeah. You're a slob. Oh, so you're saying that I look messy, or however she
Yeah.
phrased that
She turned it about from the house
to her appearance.
right to make her a victim
Right.
because she's looking to win an argument. All right, I'm gonna play it and then we'll just pause as we go.
Just simply pick up throughout the day. I work 50 hours a week,
So
60
you're
hours a
saying
week.
I'm messy.
Correct. Saying you're a slob.
Love that.
Really? A slob?
A mess.
Do
Whatever
you
wanna
think I
call it.
look ugly?
Oh my God. Gosh, goodness. Sorry, Lord. So you think I look ugly? What does that have to do anything with the conversation? Your personality, yes. If you want the honest answer, this whole thing is very unbecoming of you.
Yeah.
Whether this is a skit or not, I know that there are women out there who behave like this.
Oh, absolutely.
Very unbecoming behavior, very ugly behavior, yes.
See, the petty in me, because I know she's trying to manipulate, I would have said, yeah, I do think you're a slob. I do think you're ugly. You're not pretty.
Yeah.
The way that you're behaving is very unattractive.
Definitely less attracted to you today than I was when we got married.
Yeah. I would play that game.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be a victim, I'm going to fucking make you a victim. And I know that that's not the way to behave. And that's damaged me, healed me. I wouldn't tolerate that shit.
No.
That's not the conversation being had. If you want to play that game, you need to call your sister or your mama because that shit ain't happening in the kitchen. And I would have walked away at that point. Anything else before I go?
I didn't say you dress like a slob. I said you don't pick up after yourself. Very simple.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's look in the fridge. Oh, that's right. No milk. I thought the one thing that I asked for you to do was to get milk.
You mean milk right here?
She literally just opened the refrigerator to start looking for something to complain about.
Right.
So that the focus was no longer on her for not doing the things that she's responsible for doing. I'm going to wait. I have something that I want to touch on that's probably going to make me go on a rant. But is there anything on the milk?
That just, I don't understand. We're talking about how messy the kitchen is, how the house is disorganized. I'm going to be honest, when she opened the fridge, I thought she was going to show off that the inside of the fridge was organized. I'd be like, damn, at least you could do something.
Right.
But no, it was the bitch about milk that was already in the fridge. My bones are too tired to be running around like this playing games.
This is the tit for tat that people do
Yeah.
in their relationships, and they wonder why they can never come to resolution.
Yeah.
Because they're looking to punish their person.
Right.
Versus,
or to be right.
Right. Or to be right. Versus trying to figure out what needs to be accomplished to not have conflict in the same manner moving forward.
Right.
Oh. Well, I didn't see it.
Look.
But there's other things.
Name it.
Your clothes are in heaps all over the house. And all I
Can I
ask,
go get my clothes hamper and show you my clothes hamper? Because I'll gladly show you.
I pick up your underwear, your socks. It's everywhere.
Show you.
Okay, so now it's no longer us. It's your shit and my shit. The dirty laundry on the floor is the dirty laundry on the floor. It doesn't matter if it's your underwear or my underwear. It's dirty laundry. Our laundry gets washed together because we are a married couple who take care of one another. If I have to do the laundry and your sock has missed the basket by 6 fucking feet, I'm going to just go pick the sock up, put it in the basket, and go do laundry. That half of a second that it takes me to pick that up is not... We've harped on the laundry thing a lot. Could you imagine what it would look like if this was him standing there going, well, your car needed an oil change and you needed brakes and you needed gas and I had to make the house payment this month and I have to make sure that all the credit card debt that you racked up is
I had to
taken
go
care
to work
of.
this week.
Right. And I in like that situation, he started naming all the things that he had to do throughout the week that is for her, but is doing it out of servitude because that's his responsibility as a provider because he's working 50, 60 hours a week and she stays at home and does nothing other than make TikToks because her account's got almost 1 million followers on it. And granted, making TikToks can be a full-time job and it can pay like a full-time job if you're doing it well. But it, but at what cost? Especially if he asked you to be a stay-at-home wife and you agreed to it and then got TikTok fame after the fact, like you were no longer holding to your agreement of being a stay-at-home because you're more focused on content creation and less focused on taking care of the house. If he blew up on TikTok and quit his job and couldn't make the mortgage payment and your car payment got repoed or the note got repoed or whatever, who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? He would be in the wrong for that. You guys have an agreement. Like, I don't know. I don't like this shit. She's fucking wrong for this.
Yeah.
And the behavior. Anything else?
No, not right now.
Show him your bathroom?
Okay. Should I show him all the hair that's in the drain from your beard? No, it's not my hair. You got a beard.
Yeah, it's your head.
Okay.
The hair thing, it grosses me the fuck out. And it's everywhere. And I'll bend down and pick that shit up with my hand and throw it in the fucking hamper or in the garbage can and never say a word about it. For what? I do have a beard. I have back hair. You have a whole lot of hair. When I look down, that shit's black. It's never red or white. The idea of me coming to you and going, hey, you left fucking hair in the drain again. I saw it. And if I saw it, I have the ability to bend down, pick it up, and throw it in the garbage can. Half second. 6 seconds tops. And that's if I have to pause my whatever I'm doing, bend down, pick it up, walk it across the bathroom, and then get back in the shower and unpause my shit. Yeah. Like, I just don't understand the scorekeeping.
It's because there's not unconditional love. I bet she wouldn't complain cleaning up after her children, making them food, cleaning their bedrooms. Because that's done out of love. There is a lack of love that I believe contributes to these arguments.
Wasn't prepared for that one. Do you think that that has anything to do with the societal narrative of I'm not his mother?
It could.
Well, if you're willing to do that for your children out of love and not out of being a mother, what's the difference? Because you're not doing it, like you just said, you're doing it out of unconditional love. It's not about being a mom at that point. You're doing it to serve your children. You love them. You want to make their life easier. So why would that be any different for a man? That's a fucking hell of a point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm taking a nap. Leave me alone.
Well, you're bugging me.
Okay. Good deal.
Really? So what am I supposed to do now? Clean the kitchen?
Nope.
Lack of executive decision making.
What would have happened? What would have happened if he said yes? You do need to clean the kitchen, and then afterwards you need to clean your bathroom. He said your bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say our bathroom. I wonder if they have separate bathrooms.
Oh, maybe.
You know, makeup, hair product, all of that shit probably takes up a whole lot of space, and it's easier for, like, you know, in terms of the bathroom countertop. I have a small thing. I don't need a whole lot of space for all of my shit because I don't have a lot of it. I wash my face with bar soap when I wash my face, right? Like,
Right.
so he should have been like, yeah, you need to clean the fucking kitchen. I have to go to work tomorrow or Monday or whatever day this is because he's going to take a nap right now. So it's obviously a day off if he's working 50, 60 hours a week. But if I have to go to work and I have to hold up my end of the deal to make sure that our house functions the way our house is supposed to function, yeah, you need to clean the fucking kitchen.
Your choice.
My choice?
Yep.
But then you're just gonna bitch. I don't want to hear.
Your choice, but then you're just going to bitch, which means you're not going to clean the kitchen.
Right.
Therefore, he's going to feel the need to bitch about it. You're not holding up your end of things.
It's being lazy.
I wonder how many times he's gotten frustrated with the house looking the way the house is and has just done it himself. Because it's easier to just fucking do it than it is to repeat conversations like this.
With the defensiveness and the tit for tat.
The shifting.
Manipulation.
Yeah. Whole lot of shifting. Yep.
She's like a magician. Look over here at this thing so we can ignore this thing.
Right.
You bitch.
I'm not bitching. I'm just asking. That's all I'm doing. I'm simply saying, can you please pick up while I work 50 hours a week, come home and cook dinner?
That's wild.
Okay.
That's wild to me. I'd feel like an absolute failure as a woman and a wife if you had to come home and cook dinner after you worked. What was I doing all day?
Not cleaning.
Not cooking, not meal prepping.
Making TikToks. Getting attention on the internet.
That's wild. That's wild to me. Right? And like we've said, we don't know if this was just a skit, something that they made up for get views or whatever. But there are people who live their lives this way.
Mm-hmm.
How? I don't know. I like to take inventory of how productive I am through the day. And if I have to lay down at night and go, I didn't clean the house, my husband cooked dinner, dishes are still sitting in the sink, laundry sitting in the dryer for the last week and a half. What am I doing with myself?
Allowing somebody else to take care of you 100%. And that is what she's doing. If he's working the 50 hours a week and she's a stay-at-home and she's doing nothing as a stay-at-home, she's a fucking dependent.
Yeah.
There's no service there for each other. This is, I gotta be honest, I hope this relationship fails. And that's a very mean, harsh thing to say, but if he's working to provide, he doesn't deserve that.
There's a teammate.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to match that energy.
There are a lot of women out there who would go, damn, you're willing to work so that all I have to do is stay home and make sure the house is clean? Bet.
Done.
Because they're with men who, you know, make them work.
Don't have to worry about anything.
Right. Right.
I don't worry about shit.
It's absolutely crazy to me. There are women out there who are with men who make them work a full-time job and still do all that housework shit and still do the mom thing and aren't present with the children and like aren't emotionally mature enough to simply have a conversation about the things that are bothering them until it becomes a problem and then it's a fucking fight. This dude is calmly, granted he recorded it according to the thing, so maybe that's not how he normally acts, but that situation looked very calm. And if she didn't know that was recording, which I have a very hard time believing she didn't know that. If that is the way that she acts all the time, like I wouldn't stick around in a situation like that.
No, I dip.
Now you see why we were tagged in this so many times, because this is right up our alley for content.
Yeah.
Well,
I would be embarrassed if I were her.
yeah.
Absolutely embarrassed.
Would you have posted that on the internet?
Fuck no. No. I agree with the husband. If she is not cleaning and maintaining the household and he's coming home and cooking dinner, what are you here for?
Right. We've said
Lazy.
We've said it over and over again. If you're going to be miserable alone.
Yeah.
Because then you have one less person you have to take care of.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to do some emails?
Yeah.
Guys, when we were in Vegas, there was we stayed at the Aria, which was Peach's less favorite place to stay ever.
Hated that hotel.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated it. Like, the room was cool. I loved the floor to ceiling windows. That was dope. But we had them clean our room once, and I was like, shouldn't have had them clean it at all. There's no difference.
Right.
Like,
We got new towels though.
Yeah, we got new towels, and they made the bed. They did not wipe down anything. They did not like replenish tissues or shit. Like, I was, and we had somebody just walk into our room.
Yeah, that was a little weird. The room service chick.
Yeah, just opened our door and walked in.
Horrible fucking timing on her part. So while we were doing our thumbnail photos, there was a round table in the room. It was only like, you guys can't see me right now on here, but it was like maybe a 3-foot table. And right above it had a fucking light that hung down that had bars that went across, and it was on a pole. And I bent down to pick something up and smacked my fucking head.
Yeah.
And made my forehead bleed. Mm-hmm. And it's still tender.
I believe it. Yeah, soft part of the head.
Yep. Heather said, I could never imagine disliking my man so much that I wouldn't want to serve him in some way. I never want to take his existence in my life for granted. That is what marriage is supposed to look like.
And people believe that, oh, well, we're married, he's stuck with me. The fuck he is. And the flip coin, the fuck she is. Like, marriage is vows, it should be, right? Hopefully. Vows between you and whatever creator you believe in, that this is going to be it. We're going to make this work, and we're going to try to help each other be the best version of ourselves that we can be in this lifetime. And then outside of that, it's just a piece of paper. That piece of paper is not going to stop somebody from walking out the door or cheating on you or waking up one morning and going, you know what? I don't love this person anymore. It's hard work, and it's actions, and it's dedication and loyalty.
What is it that you always say about marriage?
It's the most important choice. Choosing who you marry is going to be the most important decision of your life.
Yeah. He married that chick.
Yeah.
Knowing that this is the type of person she was, knowing that she deflects, knowing that she goes tit for tat, knowing that she manipulates the conversation and twists words, and that she doesn't do the things that she does. Because she just doesn't stop cleaning the house out of nowhere, right? Like, she at some point had always had a tendency to be a quote unquote slob. So this is who she is, and he married her anyways.
Yep.
Love is not enough.
No.
Sometimes it means you have to find somebody that you are deeply compatible with, and then working to grow together and making sure that love is fostered and nourished and taken care of. Lucky Love said, I used to very much be you have 2 hands, 2 feet, do it yourself. Now I couldn't imagine having that perspective. I love serving my husband as it's my greatest honor. If you told me you have 2 hands and 2 feet, go do it your fucking self, I don't know how I would handle that. We don't talk to each other that way. Like that kind of response would have been a complete fucking system shock to me.
I must have had like a head injury or something. Something that altered my personality to speak to you that way.
Yeah. I don't know how I would take that. I don't know how I would even be able to respond to you. Like, that would be very relationship testing.
It would shift a lot of things.
I do think it's important right now to do 2 things. One, give the disclaimer, guys, we are not professionals. We are just 2 people with opinions on the internet. People like what we have to say. We've helped people save their marriages. We are basically just reiterating information that we have gained that has worked for us in our relationship and has worked for other people. We're not professionals. We're not doctors, therapists, or anything else. Autodidacts. That is correct. The other thing that I want to point out is I lost my thought. Did it to myself.
You got 2 hands and 2 feet. Do it yourself.
I don't know how I would respond in that situation. I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay.
So great time for a disclaimer. Beyond that, I don't remember what the fuck I was going to say. It was good too.
Yeah, I believe it.
It was. 'Cause
I
I was right. Should have went there first and
Yeah,
then disclaimer
no.
second, but
It's gone.
it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. It's okay.
Okay.
Let's do some emails.
So this is titled, Am I Overreacting to to my conversation with my husband about Christmas tree? Context, they are both middle-aged and Gertrude is a houseplant. Am I overreacting to his sudden aversion to a Christmas tree? Am I being too sensitive? How would you have reacted if you were in my shoes? I'm a little hurt, but I'm not trying to make this holiday all about me. Also feeling gaslit at the same time. I don't know what to do. Married for 10 years. We are both atheists.
And pause real quick. Anybody that uses terms like gaslit, stonewalling, narcissist, or any of the buzzwords, when you use the term, tell us why you feel gaslit. If you guys feel like you're being gaslit, I want specifics as to why you're saying that.
Tell me that I'm crazy.
Right. Well,
Telling me that never happened.
right. Well, being gaslit is not being told that you're crazy. Being gaslit is being told that that never happened. And where that actually comes from is somebody, I'm not going to get into that, but the person that actually did that was being very manipulative, trying to make his wife crazy, and then eventually Baker acted her. Right. So like, you don't just get to be like, I'm being gaslit because you don't like the way things are going.
Or that you're not getting your way or
That.
all of those other things.
Yep.
It is deliberate intention, actions, and wording from the person you're speaking with to reframe your recollections of things that happened.
To make you crazy.
To make you crazy. All right. Married for 10 years. We are both atheists. I'm far more passive about it than he is. Regardless, he's always been enthusiastically involved with Santa traditions for my now teen daughter, his stepdaughter.
Okay, so he was doing it for the kid. Fuck with that.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the kids, I wouldn't celebrate Christmas. Even with our faith. I'm just not doing that. I would not celebrate any major holiday. I'm going to buy you some chocolates because it's fucking Tuesday and you got a fat ass and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Right? Like that's where we're going with this.
Right.
Not because corporations
holiday
tell me
told
that
you
I have
to.
to. Yes.
She has aged out of the magic, but I wanted to continue to do the traditions for our 1-year-old.
So they're still in the... Okay, well, at one, that kid ain't remembering shit.
No, not at 1 year old.
Has no idea what's happening.
Everything that happens... Okay, I'm going to pause. So, like, true consciousness and being aware of things and actually forming memory starts at about the age 7. So, taking your 3-year-old to Disney's for you. That's not for your 3-year-old.
Right.
Right? Making sure that you have the most extensive Polar Express inside of the household for your 4-year-old to look at is for you and your memories, not for that 4-year-old.
Right. As you age, most people don't have memories before they're 5 years old. And if you do, it's one or two vague, like you don't have a true recollection.
Yeah, it's like looking at something through water. Continuing on.
Yes.
He has a teenage daughter that he's now estranged from, but celebrated Christmas with her when she was little, as well as his nieces and nephews. He was very close with his grandma and speaks fondly of holiday memories with her. He had a very unstable and abusive childhood, and I try to be sensitive to that when it comes to things like holidays. Christmas brings me a lot of peaceful, happy nostalgia, and I enjoy decorating very much. I included a picture of our tree and decor from last year for some context, so that you can see they did the thing. That's Gertrude.
Okay.
Very nice. Conversation. This was a text message conversation. Husband, Christmas is all settled for, blank, by the way. Not sure if I told you that. Just wanted to wrap them, and I plan on putting them under Gertrude this year. We should just decorate Gertrude, and then there's a redacted message. Husband then sent a heart, and he continues on to say, can always set up the tree too, but it just makes the cat so sick. Context, the poster clarified that the cat eats the needles and throws up.
Okay. So it's a problem.
That is a problem. Wife, damn, no tree is kind of depressing, but we can decorate Bonnie for sure. Husband says, it's a Christmas tree, we're not Christians. Are you depressed that we don't have a menorah too?
Okay, pause. Because the tree from Christmas has nothing to do with Christianity. It's the Yule time log.
Yeah.
The tree itself is from Yule. It has nothing to do with Christ.
Yeah, I want to say that it was something that was adapted during maybe the Victorian times or the Edwardian times.
It's from pagan holidays.
Right, but it became a standard household thing during, I want to say, the 17 or the 1800s. And they began decorating the trees with like strings of popcorn. And they were putting candles in the trees to illuminate it and all those kinds of things. Definitely a fire hazard. Do not try. A lot of houses burned down during that time. But that became one of those trendy things during one of the later centuries because it was something that they did. Kind of like how the Romans would use rhino horns for whatever. It was just something that they did at that time.
Before you move on, Bandit said, I know he said he was going to, but is anyone else a little mystified to see Chris not in shorts? I have a whole lot of new clothes being delivered today. 2025 is going to be the year of me not feeling like shit about myself.
I'm here for the glow up.
Getting I love you more than anything in the universe.
Don't ever say that again.
Please don't ever say it again.
I'm here for you changing your wardrobe and giving me something new to look at.
Yeah. I'll be your arm candy this year. You were it for me for the last two. It's my turn to step up and serve.
Continuing on.
Yeah.
It's like fucking kryptonite. I don't know what I was just thinking. I don't know what year we're in anymore.
All it takes is a wink.
Fuck.
That's funny. Okay, 1848 was the first year a Christmas tree was put in Windsor Castle. Prince Albert brought it from Germany. I'm not going to make a dick joke.
Continuing on. Are you depressed that we don't have a menorah too? So I'm just going to pause there. So he had a conversation of, I plan on wrapping them and putting them under Gertrude this year. We should just decorate Gertrude. We can always put the tree up too, but it just makes the cat so sick. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's a conversation of what I'm planning to do, what I would like to do. Now you say what you want. And then she went on to say, damn, no tree is kind of depressing. Why say that?
Well, what should she have said?
I would have said, I understand that it makes the cat sick. Not having a Christmas tree would kind of make me sad, though. Is there a workaround that we can do? Maybe set up a gate around the tree. Try to find a solution versus, damn, that's depressing. But then she went on to say, what?
Do you think that our animals would do something that would intentionally make us sick, knowing that we do not have the restraint to not fuck with it?
What did you just ask me?
If let's say Ivy ate Christmas needles and it made her throw up.
Right.
We're doing that, knowing that she's going to eat those needles, going to get sick. We are putting a hazard in the home that she does not have the restraint or the mental capacity to go, hey, this is making me sick.
Yeah.
Do you think our pets would ever intentionally do that to us?
Put us in harm's way?
Right.
No.
Okay. Yet we're willing to do it for our own visual
Nostalgia.
amusement.
Yeah.
Knowing that our cats are going to climb the trees, they're going to eat the ornaments, they're going to eat the leaves, they're going to break
sick,
things,
yeah.
they're going to throw up, they are going to get sick. And when we choose to have a pet, we are making a decision to have another family member.
Right.
That is a feeble child that we have to take care of.
And think for. They're capable of thinking for themselves, but
Yeah.
if cat is ingesting pine needles,
Yep.
it's like when you have a child, you baby-proof the house.
Right.
I don't care how much you like looking at empty sockets. We're going to put something over those sockets.
I love them looking holes.
So many things I can plug in. He then says, it's a Christmas tree. We're not Christians. Are you depressed that we don't have a menorah too? Comes across as homie took that personal.
Yeah.
Like, I just did something to upset my woman and now I'm to blame for that. That's a very snarky thing to say in my opinion, but so was damn not having a Christmas tree is depressing.
Yeah. They are definitely not communicating effectively.
Yeah.
But where's the servitude there?
Right.
Because the way that you laid it out, you said that, is there something that we can do to rectify this, to fix the situation so that I can have a tree and the cat doesn't get sick? Like there's got to be a way that we can both win here. And had that been the problem solving situation, I wonder if he would have reacted the way that he did.
Right.
And I'm not saying that he's right for reacting the way that he did to her. Damn, that's depressing. I got to be honest. I think that both of them are pretty childish in the moment of that.
I agree.
Damn, that's depressing. Well, I'm sorry that's depressing, babe. Like he could have just shut that the fuck down. I'm sorry that it's depressing. I care about the cat.
I'm tired of paying for the vet bill.
Right. What if it kills her this time? You know what I mean? Like we could have had a conversation. Where's the empathy in that? I understand that you really want to continue the Christmas tradition. You're right. I'm sure that there is a way that we can figure out a way to make this work. Maybe put the tree on the back porch. We'll get a real tree. Put it on the back porch. Porch is screened in. Maybe. I don't know if ours is. Or put it in a separate room. You won't be able to get to see it every day. And I know you like the whole sparkly. That's cool. But like, there's got to be a workaround. Let's figure that out.
Right. Continuing on.
Yes.
Husband continues on to say, just think about it logically for a second, We can always put it up. Oh, you can always put it up. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it this year. Never once had a Christmas tree with redacted or any of the kids, and we always had a blast. My grandma would always put one up, though.
Okay, wait a minute now, because that's not the way this story started. Never had a tree with so-and-so, redacted. So I don't understand. If he's never done the Christmas tree thing, I don't understand what the problem is.
I don't know either. I'm actually confused.
Can you read it again?
Never once had a Christmas tree with redacted or any of the kids, and we always had a blast. So I don't know if that's talking about childhood experience. Like they never set up a tree because there's a photo included from the year prior of them decorating a Christmas tree and all of that.
Right. Okay. So that's just confusing then.
Continuing on.
Yes.
Wife, I will put it up and me and redacted will decorate it. No worries. Husband says, okay, Christian, LOL, make sure you make the angel real big for God. Wife says, isn't the Christmas tree a pagan thing? LOL. And then she says, I know, right?
Why is he intentionally starting a fight?
I think he's taking all of this shit super personal.
I don't think he's taking it personal. I think he just doesn't want to do it and he's acting like a fucking child trying to get his way.
Yeah.
That's really childish to me.
Yeah, that okay, Christian, LOL, make sure you make the angel real big for God. Okay, so now when you get home, we're going to have a conversation about our relationship.
Right.
Because you don't fucking talk to me like that.
Right. That LOL is not an LOL.
No, that is a snarky
right.
14-year-old, I'm trying to push your buttons, so I'm going to bully you and make you think I'm laughing about this.
Right.
And my tolerance for that is so fucking low. Say that shit to me, pack your bags when you get home.
I remember what I was going to say.
Beautiful.
The second thing, confrontation and conflict in relationships is fucking normal.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to have disruptions. The way that you have disruptions, can't believe that we're going to have a talk when we get home. Totally triggered that for me. The way that you handle conflict and the way that you choose to navigate disruptions is going to be indicative of your outcome. This is not going to get you an outcome that's going to be productive in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Nobody's going to get what they want out of this.
He's going to bully her to make her feel like shit, and she's probably not going to do it. This is manipulation.
Oh, 100%.
I actually view this as a form of abuse. And I know that, like, you have to be very careful with the whole abuse thing and all of that, but, like...
There's different levels to it. I view this as entry-level abuse.
It's psychological warfare. It is.
Mm-hmm.
So again, conflict is normal. Disruptions are going to happen. The way that you navigate those situations to reach a desired outcome that is beneficial to both parties involved is what matters. If you're going tit for tat and you're name calling and you're doing shit like this or what we saw in that previous video, you are punishing. You are trying to punish your person for their quote unquote stupidity or their shortcomings or whatever it is that you view them as less than. And that comes from not only a place of control and ownership, but a place of I'm superior. I can't believe they're not living to the standard that I've set. Right? Like, okay.
Temper tantrum.
Ooh, well said.
Homie's throwing a temper tantrum. Arguing is just an intellectual temper tantrum.
Depends on how the argument goes, but I agree.
Continuing on.
Can you define argument? Like in that term where it is an emotional temper tantrum, what does an argument look like? Because
Okay, Christian, LOL. Make sure you make the angel real big for God.
okay. You scrolled quick.
Yeah.
That was funny. I just want to point out that a disagreement where you are having a back and forth dialogue between two people could be seen as an argument. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. It's when it becomes nasty.
Stupid.
Right. Or malicious intent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Childish. Continuing on.
Yep.
Husband. No atheist puts up a Christmas tree, and every Christian does, so that's all I care about.
That's bullshit. That is a false statement.
That is no atheist. I can name 5 atheists right now I know put up a Christmas tree this year.
Yeah. At least 5.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
It's not. It's like she said, people love the nostalgia of it, the feelings of it.
Right.
I like just looking at a Christmas tree.
I like looking at the kids' faces when they see what's under the Christmas tree.
Yeah. I wouldn't put up a tree either if we didn't have children. I'd put up lights. I like looking at the lights more than I like looking at the tree.
We could do that anyways. Babe, you could buy some fucking LED or Christmas lights and string that entire fucking living room and leave them up year round. I don't give a fuck. If you're like, I like Christmas lights and there's enough light that I can see my plate while I'm eating dinner, we don't have to turn a fucking light on in the living room. I don't give a shit. The house is your domain. And if you are happy with the house and I am happy with you and our life is good, I don't give a fuck. But if you're like, babe, it's Christmas time, you have to go outside and hang lights in 100-degree weather because we live in Florida, it's festive. No.
And if I wanted it that bad, I would do it myself. But I don't like ladders and my angle's weak.
Right.
And if I wanted it that bad, I'd pay somebody to do it.
That's it. I would find somebody to come and hang the lights.
All right, continuing on with what the husband was saying. It doesn't matter what they did 1,000 years ago to me. I don't want Christian imagery around my kids.
Well, we know that it wasn't 1,000 years ago. According to
No.
what you said, it was less than 300.
Yeah, starting over in
Wherever
across the ocean. I took geography twice, so definitely not good at maps. Thank God I live in a time where there's GPSs and you remember MapQuest?
Yeah, I remember not.
Oh my goodness.
I remember a life without MapQuest.
Yeah.
I remember having to pull over to the gas station and be like, yo, where's this place? And then having to remember them going, make your second light left, make a right at the big oak tree, turn around the dirt road. If you see the barn, you've gone too far. Yeah.
And that's the only thing I'm going to remember. If I see the barn, I went the wrong way. I don't remember the other 40 steps they told me before that. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Thank goodness I'm not a man, too. I'm allowed to be ditzy and be like, oh, my gosh, I don't know where we're going. As a man, that's not cute.
No, it's not.
But also, that's bullshit. I don't want Christian imagery around my kids. You set up a Christmas tree last year. Why are you lying through your teeth right now, bro?
Could you imagine hating something so much simply because of whatever it is that because it's never done anything to him? People may have done things to him based off of religion, like the religious abuse. That's a person thing, not a biblical thing.
Right.
Right? God in Christ is not doing this shit to you. It's
Oh,
people.
yeah, Jesus didn't come down here and beat you with a rod.
Right. Somebody else did that shit. And you're
Right.
taking that out on your children.
Yeah.
Your kids are in that house that want to have, well, granted, in this case, it's his wife because they have a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old's not going to fucking remember Christmas. They could have had a 5 or a 6-year break and then started doing Christmas if they really wanted to. But I couldn't imagine going, hey, because somebody did something to me in 1941 and I didn't like the way it made me feel, because of that, my kids don't get to wake up Christmas morning from Santa.
It's just people getting to have their cake and eat it too, and I don't live like that. Annoying. But that's about it, so do what you want. He just keeps fucking going.
He's a hypocrite
He is.
because he said that we never had a tree and enjoyed Christmas. So you enjoyed a Christian holiday or even a pagan holiday, even though you're atheist, not believing in anything bigger than you. So which is it? You do that or you don't do that, and you're trying to make your argument to make her feel like shit so that you don't have to deal with the fact that the tree's going up.
Yeah. He continues on to say, it's like a Muslim putting up a menorah to me and making excuses about it. It's just like, okay, dude, whatever, LOL. Do whatever you want, but don't try to justify it or talk logically about religion to me then. You married the most atheist person in not just redacted place, but in the United States are. Just remember who you married, dear.
Oh, it's very clear who she married.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, you were very clear about the type of man that you are.
Yeah, pussy. Continuing on, the wife responds and says, I didn't mean to make you upset. Maybe I'll do a small holiday display in my room upstairs instead or something. Oh, so they have separate rooms. Continuing on, he says, I'm not upset, I'm just annoyed. If you wanted to put up a cross, it would be a different story. I don't want this Christian imagery anywhere around my children. It's so infection that just the imagery can make them considerate.
So she could put a cross up and that's okay?
Consider it.
She could put a cross up and that's okay, but not a tree?
I don't know.
Dude needs to do some research of what
Yeah, he sounds ignorant as fuck right now.
the Christmas tree is.
Yeah.
I could never fucking imagine having a conversation where I belittle you like that.
Right. I wouldn't stand for it.
Even if I vehemently disagreed. We're going to have an intelligent conversation where there is respect, love, and admiration as to why I disagree. And then we're going to try to find a way that we can both be happy with the situation. I just don't, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I'm wondering if he buys Christmas gifts. I wonder if he's ever received a Christmas gift.
You drink eggnog, homie?
Right? Have you ever received a Christmas gift? Ever hunted for an Easter basket? Have you ever done anything that could potentially be viewed as a religious holiday? Because if you have, you're a hypocrite.
Mm-hmm. They decorated a tree last year.
When boss goes, hey, you've been a really good fucking employee this year. Here's a Christmas bonus. Say, no, I don't fucking celebrate Christmas, bro.
Fucking Christian.
That fucking shit out of here. No, you say, thank you. I appreciate that, boss. I
Right.
appreciate you recognizing my hard work and you take that money. You ain't talking shit to your boss like you talk shit to your wife.
That's such pussy behavior. That's gonna be the last time I say it, I promise. I'll start calling him a pomegranate, but fuck. Continuing on, he says, plenty of way to enjoy the holiday and make the kids have fun without spreading infectious, disgusting Christian crap. But that's just how I feel about it. As I said, you guys can decorate however you want, wherever you want. I'm just annoyed by it and I have every right to be. She already has one at her grandma's, right? Not like she doesn't get to have one. It just sucks when the symbology makes one of us feel good, but the other one feel bad, and I just can't understand why. This is why I married an atheist. That's why I was so picky. So I wouldn't have to argue about crap like this, LOL. But I'm not upset, I just hate Christians, and you know that. I make a lot of observations every single... I can tell this bro was hurt by somebody.
Mm-hmm. Can you read that line about why he married an atheist instead of why he married the woman he loves?
This is why I married an atheist. That's why I was so picky. So I wouldn't have to argue about crap like this, LOL.
So that's what she brought to the table?
She was an atheist, yeah.
She was an atheist.
He goes on to say, I make a lot of observations every single day about a lot of different things. You can't get hung up on this one thing, especially when it's Christian stuff. I don't want to feel like I can't express myself because it's going to end up in some big change every single time, especially over Christian crap. And then one of our wizards wrote, Holy Christ on the cross, take a breath. She finally gets to respond.
That was all from him?
That was all from him.
Was that back-to-back messages?
Yes.
Okay, so he's fucking...
Oh, he's just fucking getting it,
Okay.
yeah. And I can tell he's upset because there's typos.
Yeah.
People get stupid when they get mad.
Your IQ actually does drop.
It does.
And your patience drops.
Yep.
Your aptitude to correct problems drops.
Yep. Wife responds with, I never viewed the tree as an exclusively Christian thing, because it's not. I don't put an angel on top, which is correct. The photo that she sent from last year, it was a snowflake. And I don't have Jesus or Mary ornaments. I wasn't allowed to believe in Santa growing up, so that was a lot of fun to do with redacted to teen daughter possibly. As she grew up, and the tree is the part of that. The tree is part of that. It's just something I enjoy doing every year. The idea that atheists don't decorate for Christmas is mind-boggling to me. I know so many that do. It's your house too, and if it makes you uncomfortable, I don't have to do it, and I won't. And then this is from one of our wizards. Oh no, the beast. It arises from its slumber. It's a bird. It's a plane. No. It's an actual religious scholar. Continuing on. From husband, because atheist parents don't want their kids feeling left out at school like all the Jewish kids, and that's fine. I just don't make excuses when it comes to religion like that. It's very serious to me. And I want to be able to talk about shit like this without you making big suggestions to change things. I never even asked you to do that. In fact, I included statements like it's fine if you want to put it up. So stop acting like that, dude.
Okay, wait, was that from him or from her?
That's from him.
He just called his wife dude.
He did.
He is gaslighting her.
Yeah.
And it's in writing.
Yeah.
There's the example
Yeah.
that I wanted in the beginning.
Yep. Most atheists don't even know why they believe. They just make excuses like other Christians. I'm an actual religious scholar who studies logic. That's why I commit to it. No fucking way this dude is a religious scholar. No way. No way. Get your money back.
So while you were reading that, I pulled up the history of the Christmas tree for the religious scholar. I didn't know it was coming.
Run it.
Okay. Ancient origins. In pre-Christian times,
Pre-Christian.
people decorated their homes with evergreen plants during the winter solstice to symbolize life and hope. Nothing there about religion.
Right.
In German origins, the modern Christmas tree tradition originated in Germany, where families would set up a paradise tree in their home on December 24th. These trees were meant to represent the Garden of Eden and were decorated with apples. Okay, so there is a little bit of Christianity there.
Yeah.
With Christian symbolism, the evergreen tree has multiple symbolic meanings in Christianity. Hope, because it's green all year, the tree represents hope. Resurrection, because the tree is cut down and then put back up, it symbolizes Christ's resurrection. Light of the world, candles were often added to the tree to symbolize Jesus, the light of the world, which is obviously the fucking lights. And then the Eucharistic host, wafers were hung on the tree, which, you know, obviously is the fucking things.
Yeah.
As a child growing up, I had no idea that the tree symbolized any of that. It was a fucking Christmas tree to symbolize that Christmas is coming, that Santa's going to put gifts underneath, and I'm going to get to wake up one day and have gifts. Mm. But knowing that Christians took pagan holidays or even celebrations and made it coincide with Christian things to make it easier for people of pagan descent to convert.
Participate.
Right. The Christmas tree itself has nothing to do with Christianity. In Germany, they started bringing that in there around Christmas time for a paradise tree to represent the Garden of Eden. And that's where the Christianity aspect of it started. Long before Christmas trees were considered the decor for the holidays, they were simply humble, fragrant evergreens that served as a source of joy during the harsh winter months. But what does the Christmas tree symbolize? How did it evolve into one of the most celebrated icons of the season? There's a whole bunch of useless shit there. In ancient cultures, the winter solstice was heralded as the beginning of brighter days ahead, an indication that the sun god was regaining strength because evergreen trees regain their color through all four seasons. They were displayed to embrace in coordination with the solstice as a reminder of warmer months to come, to bring some sort of comfort knowing that the snow is going to go away and we're going to get warm again.
Sun god ain't Christian.
No. In Egypt, a similar mindset was adopted. The sun god Ra typically grew weak as conditions became colder and darker. The solstice was seen as the turning point in seasons, so Egyptians decorated their homes with palm leaves and branches. In ancient Rome, a feast called Saturnalia was held during the solstice, which also encouraged people to celebrate the springtime and bountiful harvests ahead with evergreen decorations. This says the tradition of adding a candle to the tree and branches was most commonly attributed to Martin Luther, leader of the Protestant Reformation movement in the 1500s. Legends suggest he was inspired by the stars in the night sky and wished to create the scene in his own home using candlelight. So that has nothing to do with God. If that's the way that he did it, he saw stars.
Hold
and
me
was
like the stars.
oh, sparkles, right?
Pretty.
Yeah. It did not become related to Christianity until the late 17, early 1800s. It would be less than 300 years. If it was late 1700s, it's not even 300 years yet.
Yeah, if we're looking at like 1798. Yep.
I think it's fucked up that we have to give disclaimers when we make our podcast because people like to talk shit about us being not licensed. And we've never once claimed we were, but oh boy's a religious scholar. He said that shit with his full chest.
And he thinks that atheists don't put up Christmas trees. All right, continuing on. He says, but it's not that big a deal. Just remember who you married, dude. Come on now. I'm going to talk shit about the Christmas tree doesn't mean you can't put it up.
The problem isn't that you talk shit about the Christmas tree, it's that you talk shit to your wife.
Yeah.
So you have a God complex, bro. You have a God. You're an egotistical fuck.
Well,
you have a God
he's
complex.
He's an atheist. He believes he's the end all be all of his existence. I couldn't imagine believing that I'm the most important thing in my life.
I wouldn't want to be the most important thing in my life.
Like, this is it? Fuck.
I'm a better man because I serve you and the children.
Yeah.
I have something to strive for. I'm working towards an end goal. I'm not just existing to end up in a box one day.
Yep.
And you can even play the religion aspect into that if you want to. My relationship with Christ is my relationship with Christ. And the things that I'm doing is because there was an example set of how I'm supposed to live my life. And I'm supposed to be getting better as I go because I'm learning new things and factoring new things. If you have nothing to look forward to and you're going to die and end up in a box and you're not willing to serve your wife and serve your children and all you're doing is serving self, how's that working out for you? That sounds lonely as a motherfucker.
Yes, it does.
Sounds like you hate your woman.
The wife responded with, well, I don't want to now, with a side face emoji.
There you go. That bullying and that manipulation worked.
Yeah, he got what he wanted.
That's exactly what it was.
He then goes on to say, you're acting like I said it's a requirement, and I'm putting my foot down and shamed you all over it. Jesus Christ.
It's exactly what you did.
That's exactly what he did. Yep. Why did I even bother trying to find an atheist woman if I was just going to have this argument anyway?
Wow.
All you had to do was say it's a pagan tree and laugh it off and keep pushing. I literally said it doesn't bother me if you put it up in the initial comment. All you had to do was say it's a pagan tree and laugh it off and keep pushing.
And keep pushing. And keep pushing.
So you want an argument. You want the back and forth. This is not a man. This is a little boy who has matured, still probably 15, 16-year-old mindset, and is now playing house. I am so sorry this woman has a 1-year-old with this man. He goes on to say, why would I even put you on game to do it yourself if I was trying to avoid it being put up in the first place? Why wouldn't I just not put it up and pump fake you guys? Give me some credit here, Jesus dude. I'm the one that puts it up every year, me. I'm allowed to talk shit about the Christmas tree, dude. Come on. This is all him just fucking sending message after message.
This is abuse.
This is abuse.
This is how somebody breaks down your personality and self-worth.
Your character.
To the point where you no longer have enough self-confidence in yourself to do the things that you want to do.
Become a shell of a person.
The next thing is going to be no one will ever love you like I do.
Yeah.
No one will ever treat you as good as I do. You can't do better than me. And what happens is she just keeps getting pushed further and further down until she is completely under thumb and there's nothing she can do about it. Because he's psychologically manipulated and like this is psychological
He's tearing
warfare.
her down. 100%. He then goes on to say, it'd be like if you guys put up a menorah, I would talk shit about that too. I don't know how many more religion and allergies, and then there's quotations from our people saying religious analogies, which is probably what they meant. I can make here, but this is not cool to treat me like this. I just wanted to complain about the Christmas tree and put you on game that I wasn't going to be installing it myself this year.
And put you on game.
Yeah.
You know the easiest way to go about that conversation? Hey, I don't care what you do. If you want to put up a Christmas tree, do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, all of that shaming and shit talking and all of that other stuff didn't have to happen. I would never tolerate this.
Right.
Never tolerate this.
Healed you wouldn't tolerate this.
Healed me would be petty as fuck about this. Healed me would have put a stop to this, like, look, I'm not having this conversation with you anymore. I'm going to do whatever I want. And if you continue shit talking, then we're going to have a back and forth. Because I'm not doing this. Pack my shit and go stay at my grandma's, my mom's house, my sister's house. I'm going to call it my best friend in Kentucky.
Do you actually have a best friend in Kentucky?
No, I don't. That was just made up.
That was news to me. I'm just checking.
No. Yeah, no, that was totally made up. He's a bully.
Yep.
And he gets away with this seemingly all the time. And I will bully a bully. We're going to match that energy. But you have not come across somebody like me before. Make you go home and hate yourself.
People like that already do hate themselves.
Yeah, well, I'm going to fucking twist that knife a little bit more. I'm getting irritated. He continues to go on. He just doesn't stop. Here goes religion poisoning even more of my life. Redacted name doesn't even believe in Santa anymore, and neither do you, so I don't know why you would bring that up as an argument. I literally put it up every single year of her childhood and wrote Santa on the notes and put cookies out and bit them myself. So obviously I care, right?
Wait, so you're saying that you pretended to do something so that your child could believe in something that you can't prove exists because it brings them joy? Sounds like a little bit of religion, doesn't it? Because that's not a relationship with Santa, it's a religion. You're good all year hoping to get something at the end. That sounds like religion, doesn't it?
If I act right, I get something out of it. He continues on and says, and you know what, if the shoe is on the other foot, I might just say, you know what, you've been an amazing, tolerant person considering we do the whole Christmas thing. Why don't we just turn Gertrude into the tree this year? I don't know why that couldn't have been a reasonable response.
I don't know if I got ahead of myself. Was that him talking to her?
That's him talking to her.
I don't. I'm
so if
lost.
she had come to him and said, "I don't want to fuck with the Christmas tree this year, religious trauma. I'm gonna spew all of this thing at you," he said his response would have been, "You know what? You've been an amazing, tolerant person considering we do the whole Christmas thing. Why don't we turn Gertrude into the tree this year?" I don't know why that couldn't have been a reasonable response.
I still don't understand. He's been vehemently against Christmas tree this entire time.
Right.
So there's not how in the fuck would that even work?
He's saying if he were in her shoes, like if the roles were reversed and she was the one with the problem, he would have said that to her.
That still doesn't make sense to me.
I don't understand why that doesn't make sense to you.
Because if the roles were reversed, he wants his wife to say, "You have been so understanding
and tolerant,
and you've been such a good husband that I'll just go ahead and do the Christmas tree without you."
No, he wants to decorate Gertrude as a tree. That little side plant that I showed you next to the Christmas tree last year?
Right.
That's what he wants to decorate as the tree. He pretty much is saying that you should have just bowed down and said, okay.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense because he's been vehemently against the entire process.
Well, this time, yes. They've been doing a Christmas tree up until this point.
This is gaslighting.
Yeah.
This is by definition gaslighting.
Yeah. Dude's fucking insane. The wife responds with, I just don't know. I just didn't know it bothered you so much and I feel bad. I don't like upsetting you.
Because he got what he wanted.
Yeah. He responds with 5 text messages and says, I said it just annoys me. I literally said I wasn't upset. Homie, you're coming across as upset. It's obvious that you're the one who's upset by this thing, and I guess I shouldn't have said anything since it was such a sensitive topic. You're the one being sensitive about it. You're the one throwing the temper tantrum about the Christmas tree. If anybody's being a little sniveling bitch here, it's you. Continuing on, I was just trying to laugh and poke fun at Christians.
That's not what was happening.
That is not what was happening. Just ask me what Christmas looked like my entire childhood, and I can tell you all about wanting to make up for the lost time or lost memories. But does it make sense to act like this when all I was trying to do was poke fun at Christians for something I do every single day all the time? I'm sorry if I made you upset. I was just trying to have some fun. You fucking liar. You manipulative piece of shit. I was just trying to have some fun. I'm going to make you feel bad about everything that you want to do. And then when you're actually upset about it, well, it was just a joke.
Yeah. I got my way. Now I have to diffuse.
The wife responds with, "It's okay. I'm sorry. I just completely misinterpreted the situation." You did not. You did not misinterpret the situation. You married a piece of shit. She sends a heart. He sends a heart. And then he says, "I shouldn't have said anything."
I agree with the last part.
Shouldn't have said shit.
Hey, is this going to make you happy? Yeah? Okay. Because it's not going to make me unhappy. This isn't hurting me.
Yeah.
There's nothing here that's ruining my life. We had Christmas garland wrapped around the window things
Yeah.
in the living room
For the last year.
all year.
Yeah. Yep.
And I noticed it. And then when I noticed it, I only said it once. Hey. And you're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Yep. I was not climbing back up on that step stool to get those down. Too scared to.
But you didn't ask me to do it either.
No.
You obviously liked it up there. I don't care. How is that impacting my life? This argument, this manipulation, if this would have just been a normal argument between two people over something like this is a stupid argument.
A stupid argument.
If your person comes to you and goes, hey, I enjoy this thing, and it's not hurting anyone, it's not hurting anything, I'm going to go ahead and just do this, put Christmas lights up, whatever. It'll make you happy? Yeah, then do it, babe. Fucking run that shit. Be happy. Even if he thought, even if you did this, if this was us, and even if I truly hated Christmas, and I have reasons to not fuck with the holidays. I have a whole lot of things, especially around Christmas time. We've talked about this at length. I'm not going to take away that joy from other people because I have trauma or whatever my issue is. That's not fair to other people. Is it fair to me that I have to witness the Christmas holiday and relive my triggers or whatever? That's a me problem. I should have worked on my shit by now, right? Like, I couldn't imagine looking at our kids at 5 and 6 years old and being like, I'm not going to say that because there might be little kids listening.
Okay.
But your imaginary friend isn't real. Fuck you. Christmas is a joke, and like just destroy their little lives at 5 and 6 years old because of the man in the sky. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So here's what's going to happen. If she stays with this guy and this behavior continues, eventually her self-worth will be so degraded that he will be able to manipulate her to do whatever he wants just by throwing a tantrum. That 1-year-old is going to grow up and see this behavior and it's going to repeat it, or it's going to find people that treat them that way.
That's what they think love is.
But they are going to grow up with a jaded view of the holidays and the hostility that comes around it because they can't find a little bit of love in their life. I would have taken that. This is why I married an atheist. This is why I was so picky about an atheist. If you have no religion in your vows, and there's no higher power there to turn to when things are really going bad for you, where's the meaning behind your shit? Because people lie. Everyone is a fucking liar.
Yep.
Literally everyone on the planet is a liar. And if you go, I'm not a fucking liar. Yeah, you are. You ever called into work and been like, I'm sick? When you
Fake
really
that cough.
When you really just didn't want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you made plans and then canceled last minute because some made up bullshit because
I got into a car accident.
Right, because you didn't want to fucking go when you did when you made the plans. You're a liar. You ever somebody called me like, I don't want to talk to him, I'm not here. You're a liar. Everybody fucking lies. Mm-hmm. So I don't get it. I really fucking don't, man. I'll read this and then we can get to the update. Jenna said, but the argument didn't even make sense. He said, I don't want Christmas imagery around my kids, despite also saying he only celebrated before to make his kids happy.
Right.
This was not about the holidays. This was about manipulation to get his way. This is something that people do to devalue a human being so that they can control them.
Yeah.
Let's hear this horrible update.
This was an update the White posted in the comments section. To the thousands of Redditors who had viewed this post and commented your kind words of support, I've endured a decade of this vitriol in my marriage. I make a lot of excuses for him. I cling to the endearing qualities that he does have. I think a subconscious part of me making this post was craving the validation of strangers to acknowledge that this is not normal or okay. I'm painfully aware, and I feel very trapped. Over 4,000 of you have given me the courage and the confidence to acknowledge that I do not have to accept any of it. I am going to take the careful but sincere steps to get myself and my babies out. To be frankly honest, I fell out of love years ago, but the financial trap is debilitating and oppressive. I don't know if I can make it alone, and I'm terrified. I couldn't care less about his feelings on the matter. I couldn't care less that he can't take care of himself. I'm at the end of my rope. Thank you all for your support. Reddit really made a difference today for one human and her 2 children. Dude's gonna die miserable and alone.
Dude is already miserable and alone. This is why we tell you guys over and over and over again over the last 3 years that you need to value yourself. You need to have self-worth. You need to understand that you are a human being that is worthy of somebody else's love. Because when you have self-worth and you know what you bring to the table and you know who you are as an individual, you will not allow people to treat you that way. And when people start to manipulate you and the psychological warfare starts and you allow them to knock you down a peg and then another peg and another peg, and then they start talking down on you, you find yourself in situations like this because you allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
And this isn't victim blaming. Before anybody says anything about fucking victim blaming, it's not. The reality of it is she could have been a very strong-headed person at one point and has allowed this behavior to continue until she no longer believes in herself. And those were choices that she made. Yep. Instead of going the very first time it happened, being like, hey, what you're doing right now is wrong, and I'm not going to tolerate the disrespect. You're not going to talk to me that way. Would you like to try? Would you like to start over? Yeah. Would you like to try that again?
Dude's mentally ill as fuck.
Yeah. I don't think he is. I think this is, I believe this is all intentional.
I didn't say it wasn't intentional. But I do view that as a walking mental illness.
Yeah.
I don't know how else somebody can rationalize speaking to somebody that way.
So it's a superiority complex or inferiority, believing that other people are below them.
This one is titled Family Matter versus Family Matters. Hello, I'm 23 with a lot to learn, but can be very stubborn at times. I'm unsure if you guys give advice about family things, as I've only really invested into the relationship with significant others aspect. I'm reaching out because I know you will give it to me straight. I have a sister that we used to talk to daily. We were both going through things, and we were both trying to evolve together on our parenting and our past issues with our father, abandonment issues. Just working through things. One day, over a month ago, she asked for some space from everything and told me not to take it personally. Said we could still chat, but not as much. I'm not going to lie, I was hurt. I felt like I did something wrong. But my response to her was okay and to give her a lot of space because I did not want to interfere with my own feelings. Okay, so she took it personal. Continuing on, she was facing a lot of things besides anything to do with what we were doing. Knowing that I did take it personally and that was a me problem, I took a step back. Our father had sent gifts for us and our kids, and he used to do this to us as kids. So this isn't anything more than what he used to do. I came into my stepson's life when he was 2. He is now 6 and has met them twice. First time they came up for my sister's wedding, and then I made a trip down from where we lived to where they lived to see them.
While Peaches is doing what she's doing, I would like to tell everybody again that if you have something that you would like to have us read or you would like advice, do not send it to us in a private message on Discord or on Patreon. Patreon messages will go through and I will redirect you to the email. It will get read as a priority. If you put in the email that you are a Patreon subscriber, you guys get priority over that, but we do not read and diagnose and do things through multiple platforms. If we had to read Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Lemonade, emails, fucking all of the emails, Patreon and Discord, and try to navigate life things, we have a hard enough time just doing it from the email folder with 2 screeners. Everything has to go to the email, tobebetterco@gmail.com. If you are a Patreon subscriber, put Patreon subscriber in the title and then send what you're going through. That way the email screeners can get it. They can do what needs to be done with it, and then we can address it.
And you know, while we're talking about that, there are a lot of scam accounts out there, guys.
Yeah.
English is our first language. You are not going to receive a message of, hi, honey, you want reading? That's not us. We will never ask you for money. We will never ask you for donations unless it's something to directly help somebody else. But even then, if we were to be taking donations, it's not going to be through PayPal on TikTok.
No.
All right?
And we're not using Telegram and shit.
Yeah. This is going to sound a little bit harsh, but I need you guys to use your brains a little bit.
Yeah. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Please do not be so desperate that you're willing to believe anything anybody sends you on the internet. And to me, that's not trying. Gifts do not buy over the lost time. Yeah, he's thinking about me, but quality time is very important for kids. And to me, I just don't want him to try and buy my kids attention the way he did my siblings and I.
Can we define what buying attention is? Because sending a gift doesn't buy attention.
I agree with that. I think that's tacking on more hurt feelings to try and further the victimhood in the situation.
Can you elaborate?
Because she said that he has always sent Christmas presents. That's always been a thing since her childhood. And now it's evolved into sending gifts for her children as well. I view that as, hey, I'm thinking about you guys. Merry Christmas. Something to make the kids happy.
Right.
Now, if the only time you ever hear from him is, I bought you a gift. Forget about all the bad things that happened in your childhood. I view that as trying to buy affection or show remorse in a very toxic way.
Okay. I think that I think I agree with the first part of that 100%. Second part of that is he trying to see the kids at Christmas time?
No, he's only seen them twice from my
So he's just sending gifts.
Yeah.
There's no phone calls. It's just Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
So he's not trying to buy anything.
I agree with that.
He's just sending Christmas gifts.
Yeah. Which he's been doing for what sounds like her whole life.
Right. There are people out there who love their relatives that don't have a relationship with them. It's very easy to be related and think about somebody and be like, hey, I hope you're doing well. I wish you the best in life. Just because I don't know you doesn't mean that I don't wish you well. So sending Christmas gifts for grandkids or on holidays, sending a birthday card, I don't see what the issue is.
I agree. Right? Because if that were me, there are certain family members, super integral family members, that I only hear from on holidays or birthdays. And it's never well, fuck you, you only message me on this day. That's our relationship. That's what it is. And I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to change it or facilitate something further than what we have. They're not trying to do that either. I am okay with this. This sounds like she's not okay with this. She wants more.
Right.
And because more isn't happening, then these are fuck you gifts.
It's perception.
Yeah.
That's your perspective. You know, you can love somebody and not like them.
Yeah, I do it all day.
Every
day.
I have people in my life that I can't fucking stand.
Yep.
And like that's, I can love you from a distance. I don't have to like you. We don't have to have a relationship. Like, I just don't understand why people feel like there needs to be that. If you want that relationship, what are you doing to foster it?
Yeah.
Do you even really like the person? Like, you know what I mean? Because she said that she doesn't really know him.
Mm-hmm. Continuing on.
Yeah.
The last time my sister and I talked about our father before the distancing of each other was when my stepmom had gotten a hold of us for pictures of us growing up to hang around the house as a gift for Father's Day. I said no. She didn't ask why, so I gave no explanation. I went to vent to my sister about my feelings on the matter. My feelings being, I feel like I'm allowing them to showcase my childhood as if they were a part of it.
Or he's gotten older in life and realizes that he missed an opportunity for his children and is trying to have some sort of connection.
Well, he wasn't even trying to do this. The wife was trying to do it for Father's Day.
Right. Well, the wife could be doing it. Okay, so
Memories.
Hypothetical.
All of these other kinds of things.
Your wife should know, as a man, your wife should know you better than anyone on the planet. Mm-hmm. All of the regrets, all of the remorse, all of the vulnerabilities, as people like to say, she's the one who's supposed to know about all that. Yeah. Maybe there are conversations that have been had of, you know, one of my biggest regrets in life is that I don't have a relationship with my children. I would also like to point out that there's a very real possibility that there was hostility between dad and mom, and dad was not allowed to reach out other than to send gifts. Yeah. And maybe that's been something that has been a regret. Maybe I should have fought harder.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have put my pride aside and just dealt with the psychosis that is your mother. Yeah. And that way I could have had a relationship with you. There's a whole lot of things that go on like that in day-to-day life. I know a lot of men who don't see their kids because of the way the mom treats the dad. And eventually, if you try and get shit on over and over and over again, you stop fucking trying. Yeah. Like, yep.
I also want to touch on stepmother did not ask her why she was saying no. So instead of just voicing it, she went to go talk shit to her sister. I don't understand why people can't just let things go. Like, that's not something I deem worthy of a conversation. She asked me a question. I told her no. That's the end of it.
Right. Well, it wasn't the end of it for
No,
her.
right. Well, for me, that would have been, no, you're not getting pictures of me in my childhood. If you wanted pictures of me in my childhood, he should have been present to take the photos, or however I feel about the situation in her shoes. But that's the end of the conversation. Hang up that phone. I can't believe she fucking asked me that question. I'm gonna go get McDonald's now. I'm gonna eat my feelings a little bit. Not healthy to do that, but that's how I cope with my emotions.
You know, I don't talk to my biological nearly enough. Like I don't have a relationship with him. So the idea of reaching out to him and having conversations feels forced. And it's always, you know, just a life update. Business is good, money's good, kids are good, health is good. Okay, great. Talk to you later. Right? It's never more than 10 minutes. And it's normally on a holiday. But my stepmom will reach out to me all the time. Hey, we're thinking about you, honey. We love you. She call your dad. Like, she tries.
Yeah.
And whether or not it's because of my dad or because she regrets that he doesn't have the relationship with his kids that he could have with his kids, she still wants that. And if my stepmom called and or emailed or texted, fucking Facebook messaged, and was like, hey, can I have pictures of the kids and of the house and of what's going on in your life? Yeah, absolutely. I'll gladly send that to you. My dad's fucking almost 80 years old. He's a fucking Vietnam veteran. He's beaten hepatitis. He's had cancer. He's fucking beaten heroin addiction, like crack cocaine addiction. My dad has done a fucking lot. He's had a very hard life. And if a picture of my kids, his grandkids, or the success that his son has that's carrying on his last name gives him some sort of peace in life, regardless of how I felt about him in the past,
Right.
why wouldn't I just provide that little bit of peace to a man who's not going to be here much longer?
Yeah, I don't think people think about, I hope no one does this to me when I'm that age.
Right.
Right? You know, I cut somebody out of my life and that person hit me with, I hope your children never treat you this way.
My children won't treat me that way because
Right.
I'm not doing to them what you've done to me.
Right. And that's just, and you know, I've thought about that a lot too, right? Because I don't want my children to speak to me out of turn or act like I'm not a part of their life for whatever reason. And people fail to think about the actions that led to that. They're just focused on how they're hurt in the moment.
Right.
I would do the same thing. You know, I have cut certain people out of my life that I don't want to talk to. But if I'm sending photos to somebody and they're like, hey, can I look at that picture on your phone of so-and-so or whatever, what are they up to? There is not a rule that you're not allowed to speak to me or speak about me to that person. I don't want to talk to them. You can talk to them.
Right.
Send pictures of me, all these other kinds of things. The me aspect that people fall into, the selfishness that I can't believe they did that to me.
Right.
It's not that they did it to you. It could have been any child sitting there. You just happened to be the one.
Right.
Right? I don't know.
I don't think that people do things to people
They do things
for themselves. Right.
because they believe it's the best option in the moment. And unfortunately, there's fallout for the people in their lives.
Yeah. The more you realize that you are not a factor in the decisions of other people, the easier it is to accept the behavior of those people.
Right.
People will show you who they are. And whether or not you're a priority to them. And you could be a real fucking priority, but in the moment, maybe you're not. And this is not even related to that, but here's an example of that. Let's say that I was at a business meeting and I had an opportunity to get a better job, higher paying job that I wanted. And I took the job without talking to you. And then afterwards had to explain what I was doing. In the moment, you weren't a factor.
Right.
In the moment, I saw an opportunity to make me happy. I got a better job, better paying, whatever. I'm going to feel more fulfilled in the moment. She's going to be happy for me. Of course, I don't have to call and talk to her about this. It's not like I need her permission. She just needs to know what's going on so I can tell her later. Yes, I'll take the job, sir. Thank you for the promotion. Thank you for the offer, the opportunity. It means a lot to me. Babe, guess what? I got this new fucking job. Da, 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 da. Oh, I can't believe you didn't fucking talk to me about it. How could he do this to me? It has nothing to do with you. I had an opportunity and I took it.
It's also taken personally on the end of, I can't believe he didn't talk to me about it, because there's a sense of importance in oneself and somebody else's life.
Right. People are going to do what's best for them.
Right.
And if you love that person and it is best for them, why not support that?
Right.
Hey, you're going to be happy now? Is this really going to be what makes you happy? Like, you're not going to come home and miserable and hating your fucking life and taking 45-minute showers just to decompress. You're not going to come home and blow up on the kids. Like, this is the change. I'm so happy for you, babe. Right? Like,
My sister felt differently, and I'm not going to deny this. I definitely was a bit judgmental of her for giving in just because he's trying. Asking for baby pictures of us is trying. Are my standards too high? I told her that it was her decision and I respect her regardless.
This is somebody that no matter what happens, it'll
It's
never
not
be
going to
enough.
be good enough. Yeah. Yep. Because they would rather hold on to the hurt and the victimhood and the things that they can say about what happened
Right.
versus,
The energy and attention
yeah.
does a whole lot more for me than the gift that you just sent.
Yeah.
Or the fact that now you're trying. And even though you tried and it did make me feel good that you're trying, I can now be an even bigger victim
Because this is all he did.
because it's not enough and I can't believe he did this.
Yeah. Yes, I believe your standards are too high. I definitely was a bit judgmental of her for giving in just because he's trying. I couldn't imagine shitting on somebody because they're trying to facilitate a relationship that makes them happy.
Right. Because now she's shitting on the sister too.
Right. You just said the attention and the energy is what she's getting out of the situation. You're correct. If she had said yes to the stepmom and sent the photos, she would have never called her sister to talk shit.
Right.
So that 20-second back and forth of, hey, can we have pictures? No, that's the end of the conversation. Now provided 15, 30, 45 minutes of, I can't believe this.
Days.
Yeah.
It's provided an email to the To Be Better podcast,
it's
to which
in.
we can now validate, which will then take up our time and energy. She'll get the email knowing that it was read, and then it'll take up another hour or so of her life.
Yeah.
Plus, however much she gets to talk about the fact that she was on the To Be Better podcast and how she's a victim and how we didn't side with her.
Yeah. Oh, true. That could definitely be a thing. People do get pissy that we don't validate their reality. I hope that's not the case with this.
But that's the reality of an emotional vampire.
Yeah.
The Kirby of energy.
That was a really good sound. It sounded like the vacuum from the Teletubbies in the 90s. Continuing on. When I got these presents, I sat with my feelings. I knew I appreciated the thought in the presents, but I knew it wasn't enough for me and that it usually made me hurt. See, I called it.
If somebody puts thought and effort into a gift, though, that should matter way more than this is being given credit for. If I see something and I think about you and I go, I really think that she'll like this. In the moment, I am putting you above everything else. I'm putting you above the bank account. I'm putting you above my own emotions. I could spend this money on new boots, whatever, right? Like, there's the love. There's this will make her smile. This is what a gift is supposed to be about. This is the gift on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt as if it was just simply a bad exchange of energy. No, I couldn't authentically give them the same energy, and I wanted to assert that and didn't know how. I decided to message my sister, who I knew held the family matters standpoint. The images attached is the conversation in question. I realized I became dismissive and walked away and came back to get better understanding. Am I wrong for wanting a what's wrong text or room to explain?
Wait.
I'm not fishing for information. She wants her sister to fish so that she can say what's wrong with her and all these other kinds of things. I am not that person. If you message me and you're like, today was such a bad day,
And that's
sorry,
it.
bro.
Sorry, you had a bad day.
Hope you have a better evening.
Yep.
I am not going to be that person. Oh my God, honey, what's the matter? This is the most important thing in the world to me right now. What can I do to fix it?
Right.
Not happening. Now, if you want to be an adult and be like, hey, do you have a second for like a phone call or like a text back and forth? I'm having a really rough day and I need to talk to somebody about it. I got you. Give me 10 minutes. I can call you from the car and then we can have a little bitch sesh. I am on board with that. But that attention seeking, miss me with that.
It's emotional vampirism.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and here's everything. Oh my God. Here's why. She reached out. She needed to get that validation.
Right.
So she's fishing for that energy.
Yeah.
Didn't go the way she wanted, so she disassociated,
Became dismissive.
became dismissive, and then came back to get more of that energy.
Yeah.
Now, because she didn't get the result that she wanted from it, she's now putting more energy into being a victim, and she needs to reach out and say she's sorry or ask what's wrong or whatever it is that she's going for, which continues that siphon of energy from people.
Right.
Okay.
Continuing on. She suggests later in our conversation that I should have come back with, "That's not how I feel." I'm ready for the trust. Lay it on me, guys. I'm ready for the trust. What? I don't understand. Text message conversations on the next page. So this is from the emailer. "Listen, I just really wanted someone who could relate to talk about it and run down my thoughts. I'm choosing to talk it out rather than act on or bottle it up, and I found that as super healthy. And I feel like the response I got very much dismissed me without allowing me to open up. I was fully prepared to get that opposing opinion of being grateful. I wasn't prepared for my feelings to be entirely dismissed. Maybe you're tired of hearing it, and that's fine, but if so, I have to place people accordingly. So it wasn't personal, just how life be."
Okay. Pause. We don't know what was said.
Right.
So this is completely irrelevant.
Well, that's the first message, yeah.
Well, it's irrelevant though.
Right, because there's no context as to why you're saying that.
Right. We don't know what you actually said to your sister or if she had a reason to actually be dismissive.
Right.
Maybe she realizes you're an emotional vampire and she's putting a stop to it because she's protecting her fucking peace or her energy and not dealing with this. And if family matters and she's happy trying to reestablish a connection with her dad and you're over here trying to sabotage that or interject your feelings into her life.
And become judgmental because she's trying, like you said prior.
Right.
I wouldn't put up with that either. I do not do well with people in my life who hit me with "must be nice." Wish I could do that.
It is, and you could.
Right. The whole, "you're really going to try a relation." Yes, I am. That's the one time you get to say that because I'm not going to deal with it. This is my life. I'm going to make my choices, and I miss my fucking dad. I really don't understand why people will take something that has nothing to do with them so personally.
Because misery loves company.
It's wild to me.
If I'm unhappy, I have to sabotage everyone else around me so that we're all equally miserable. Because I am miserable, seeing you happy reflects how fucking miserable I am.
Yeah.
So while you're smiling and thriving and creating new relationships
And doing what I wish I could.
and growing and nourishing and living your best fucking life, and I have to sit in the sidelines with this dark cloud over my fucking head, upset and depressed and sad, your happiness reflects how miserable I am, and it throws it back in my face, and I can't live like that. So if I have to be unhappy, you're going to be unhappy.
Yeah. The sister responded with, "To me, though, it feels like you expect me to have the same opinion as you on our dad. Look, I get it. He wasn't the greatest or wasn't there for us, but I've moved on from those feelings and accepted that he's never going to be able to make up the years he's missed, but he still lets you know that he cares and tries."
Is that the sister?
This is the sister.
Okay, that was well fucking said. I was like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Thought it was the same person. Good
It's
call.
the sister. "And when you talk about it and I try to lean on a positive perspective on the situation, you get upset because I don't have the opinion that you have about him.
There it is.
Instead of judging and hating how he is, I've just accepted it because I'm tired of feeling the hate and the resentments against him.
There it is.
For what? It does me no good too. Everybody is human and then the text cuts off and it goes back to the emailer messaging.
Good for her, man.
She read you like a book.
Good for her, though.
Green eggs and ham, Dr. Seuss. Like,
Boundary.
Yep. Emailer responds with, "So our father and blank sent Christmas gifts, and I'm feeling a lot of big emotions about it." Sister says, "Regardless of what you're feeling or what y'all went through in the past, at least they are still thinking about you and your family. Mm-hmm. Family has hard times, but that doesn't mean he doesn't love you or think about you."
Said that earlier.
Yeah. The emailer said, "So our father and blank sent Christmas gifts, and I'm feeling a lot of big emotions about it." You are. You're feeling a whole lot of shit about all of this, and you're the only one feeling it. And that's not okay with you. Emailer responds to her sister and says, "Okay, thanks for listening." Sister responds with, "I didn't know if you took my message rude or shitty, but it really wasn't anything other than to just be happy after everything y'all have been through. He's still trying to make an effort." Emailer responds with, "No, not shitty. Just realized that I shouldn't have reached out. Truly. Have a great night, and I hope your guys' holidays are great." Sister responds with, "LOL, okay, you too." Emailer responds with, "Love ya," with a little emoji person. And sister responds with love you too.
So what she wanted is an echo chamber.
She did.
She wants that siphon of energy.
Yeah. When people hit me with no, not shitty, just realize I shouldn't have reached out. You're right. You shouldn't have.
Right.
Come back here with positivity and then we can have a conversation. Outside of that, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. I'm willing to have a negative conversation. If you're
Not like that.
If you're looking for actual honesty and you're willing to implement change and you're looking to grow,
Yeah.
I'll have the hard conversations with you.
I
You may
agree
not
with
like
that.
me. I'm okay with that. You'll thank me for it in a week or two,
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah. But that shutdown of, okay, thanks for listening. You're not getting what you want out of this conversation, so you're leaving.
Yeah. Give me my ball. I'm going home.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts? Because we just unloaded a whole lot there.
Those are my thoughts. I think all of that was childish. Emailer very much comes across as an emotional vampire and takes things very personally when they don't get their way.
Yeah. You are not the center of the universe.
No.
You might be the center of your universe.
Which you should reevaluate.
But if you believe that you are the center of your own universe, and we all are, then you need to accept the fact that your dad is the center of his.
Yeah.
What have you done to rectify that situation? Have you tried to establish a relationship with your dad? Have you reached
Or
out?
you just talk shit.
Right. Have you sent gifts? Have you sent Christmas cards? Hey, Dad, I know that you live an hour away and it's pretty inconvenient for me to have to drive up there and make this phone call, but I would like to have dinner with you. Let's catch up. Have you done any of that? Because if you haven't done any of that, at least he's fucking trying. What have you done?
Waiting for him to do more.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, guys, remember you are the author of your own life,
So grab a pen.
and we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.